kinder piece of response.
I can agree. I can definitely agree. And it has to do a lot with the way we were raised and our upbringing and what we experienced. It's kind of hard for me to show you things that I've never seen, right? So that's definitely something that I had to like do a lot of self-reflection, like, hey beauties, welcome back to Just Call Me Tasha, where we talk about mental health, self-care, and journaling. Today I have a very special guest. Please hold the applause, no autographs. Give it up 2 times for your girl. It's all things Kayla. It's your girl Kayla. How excited are you to be here?
I'm very excited to be here and to inform parents about what needs to happen, and kids, but mostly parents.
Anyways, so you guys know that I am on this whole self-care, mental health journey, and I really sat down and began to like self-reflect, which is something that I do very often. And I was like, yo, when did this become an issue for me? And it definitely happened in my adolescent years. And so I want to open up our lines of communication, because I want to help you get to a place that I wasn't when I was your age.
I feel like we have a good communication.
We do. We definitely have that like sisterly bond. And I think sometimes Kayla kind of gets those lines crossed, but we're working on it. We are a work in progress. However, I do feel like we don't educate our children enough about mental health and the importance of mental health and what it does for us. So that's what I want to use this platform to do. And we're going to do it on Tuesdays. It's going to be called Turn and Talk Tuesday. So we'll be talking about mental health and self-care. And I'm actually going to ask you, what do you think mental health is?
I think that mental health is kind of like how you react or act to things that happen in life.
Okay, so you're right. Jesus, had to get that. Yeah. You're right. Mental health affects the way that we think, the way we feel, and the way we act, right? So it determines how we handle stress, pressure, especially social pressures.
Late going. I can't even say how I want it to.
Social pressures and peer pressure. So that's definitely something that I want to talk about. Self-care. What do you think self-care is?
I think self-care is kind of like how you care about your body or the things that, you know, need a little bit more extra care. Like you work on yourself.
Yeah, seriously, it's that like self-explanatory, self-care, like caring for self. And it doesn't always have to be you going out there and spending unnecessary money or trying to live up to someone else's expectations of you. Mm-hmm. It can also be like, I really need to read this book because it's going to help me be a better me at the end of the day. That's me. Yeah, I'll be trying. I try to read a lot of books. It doesn't always work. I think that's something we should do together.
But I don't like reading books. I remember I used to have to do like 30 minutes of reading. Sometimes I fall asleep during those readings and I just pick back up.
Reading is very beneficial and crucial. Yeah, reading is fundamental.
Right, just take the fun and put in torture mental.
Anyways, you shouldn't look at it that way, right? And that's part of mental health, how we see things, right? How we perceive things, how we receive things. And I think sometimes we have been taught or trained or brainwashed to think that reading is like a punishment, and it's really not. You really learn so much while you're
Man, like I feel like for me, I have to read a good book that's gonna keep me intrigued. Like comic books, you can have me there all day.
Okay.
But mommy used to be like, but that's not a book.
I feel like comic books are, I've never read a comic book to say that you're not going to learn anything from comic books. I think comic books are great. Like if that's your genre, then cool. But I also feel like reading books that are going to help you progress in life is also something that you should invest your time/money in.
Yeah.
But anyways, yes, I feel like reading can be for your enjoyment, but you can also gain something from it as well. So that's just my little tidbit. Anyways, we digress. We are going to be doing our Turn and Talk Tuesday, and I want you guys to be a part of this journey. So I'm going to ask you guys to comment below questions, topics, conversations that you think are important to have, or topics, comments, conversations that you would like to see us engage in. And we are going to try, well, I'm going to try my very best to respond versus react, right? Because there's a huge difference in those two. If I react, I'm gonna be like, what? You, girl, I wish you would. Versus me responding like, oh, Kayla, why do you feel that way? Being extra, but you get the concept. That's definitely something that I want to practice more. And I think I've gotten better at it as the years have progressed. I definitely used to be a reactor.
I know, right? There'd be like, I have 100%, 10% would be, what is it, react and respond? 10% would be respond, and then someone would be like, well, girl, that was your fault. You shouldn't.
My voice is not that
no,
deep.
No, it's not. It would just be like, you did this, and you, like, it wasn't like the kinder piece of response.
I can agree. I can definitely agree. And it has to do a lot with the way we were raised and our upbringing and what we experienced. It's kind of hard for me to show you things that I've never seen, right? So that's definitely something that I had to like do a lot of self-reflection, like, ooh, I don't want to be this way. Like, I want to be better. But that also comes with reading. Anyway, so we are going to have our Turn and Talk Tuesdays, obviously on Tuesdays, and we are going to come up with some questions and topics, but I really, really, really would like to know what you guys are interested in hearing about. And we gonna make it happen. We gonna make it do what it do, baby. Do what it do. Hey, you caught on quick.
No, I caught on quick.
Anyways, thank you so much for sticking with us. As always,